Hello children, welcome to CA session. Students, in previous session we studied about IPO cycle, input process output cycle. Today we will discuss the functional components of the computer. So here first of all we have input function. So input function, input the data inside the computer. So input unit is there like keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone, light pen, touchpad. So these devices are actually used to input data inside the computer. So it comes in input function. Now output function. Output function will display you either input over the screen or output over the screen. Input means the data we input inside the computer using mouse, keyboard, or we will be able to see the final output, that means the processed data which is processed by the CPU. Okay, so here output unit will work, and output unit like monitor, printer, speaker, then plotter, etc. will be there. Now student, processing function. Here in computers, CPU is the main part, means it is also known as brain of the computer, which processes all the data. So here CPU full form is central processing unit, but in CPU we have three parts. First of all ALU, that means arithmetic and logical unit, then CU, that means control unit, and primary memory. So students, now we will discuss about these three. So students, first of all ALU means arithmetic and logical unit. It will carry out arithmetic instructions, means plus, minus, multiply and divide. And here logical instructions also, it can be simply used for comparing. That means answer will be either in 0 or 1. That means false or true. 1 means true, 0 means false. So here we can compare two or more operands like greater than, less than, equal to, etc. can be used for logical instructions. Now CU. CU means control unit, and it controls the execution of instructions. The instruction which is being executed, it will be controlled completely by the CU, control unit. So how many instructions will be carried out at a time? One instruction at a time with the help of CU. So it will simply supervise and it will control every component of the CU which is required to execute the instruction. Okay. So whenever we simply click anything, it is an instruction passed to the computer. If we type something, that is also an instruction. Okay. So whatever we are doing on computer, that is instruction. That means CU will be responsible to carry out those instructions. Now, primary memory. So, primary memory is inside the CPU. That means it is directly connected with the CPU, and this memory is actually made available when the instruction is being processed. At the time of processing of the instruction, we need memory to store the data temporarily. So at that time, the primary memory is required. It is fixed inside the CPU. That means it is also known as internal memory or main memory. So here students, this is made available to the CPU to store the data and instructions being processed. At the time of processing of the instructions, we need to store the data. So that data is stored in the primary memory. Now storage functions. So this is fourth type of component, functional component of the computer. So it is actually responsible for storing the data permanently. Like once we have created our document, where it will be saved? It will be saved permanently somewhere. That means we can save it on the hard disk, we can save it on the CD, DVD, USB drives, any storage device we can store it permanently using computers. Now students, we will discuss about CPU, Central Processing Unit. It is also known as the brain of computer. You might have seen like the human brain, the brain used to give command to every part of the body and the parts work accordingly. The same way here in computers, CPU is actually the brain of the computer which gave instructions to all the parts of the computer. So it will control and direct all the internal activities and also the action of computer. So first of all, we will discuss about various sections of CPU. CPU have three sections: ALU, CU and registers. So these three sections are actually connected with other components. What are the other components? Input, output and the secondary memory. Okay, so these three sections of the CPU are connected to other components like input unit, that means input devices, output devices and secondary memory with the help of special wire, and it is known as system bus. The special connecting wires inside the computer is known as system bus. Now we will discuss about ALU first of all. So ALU perform following computing functions or numbers. So here first of all arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations means plus, minus, multiply, divide as we discussed earlier. Then it also performs logical operations like less than, greater than, equal to, etc. Now results are stored in registers. Whatever answer we get from arithmetic operations and logical operations means whatever result we get from ALU will be stored temporarily in the registers. It is available there in the CPU only. Registers are there inside the CPU. Or those results can be stored in the memory. That means permanent memory. Or it can simply, if we don't want to save it, it can be shown on the output devices. Now registers. So all data is stored temporarily. The data which is required by the CPU to carry out the instructions, to process the instructions, that data is temporarily stored by the CPU inside the registers. So this type of memory is very fast memory and it is very limited in size. It comes in very limited in size and that is why it stores data temporarily. And if we have to store large amount of data, we can store it in secondary devices. And third type of section in the CPU is CU. That means control unit. It will simply direct entire computer system to carry out or execute or store program instructions. It will simply carry out all program instructions and it will decide how to carry out, then execute it and then store it in the memory. Now CPU performs 4 steps in executing instructions. Okay, how CPU functions we will see that now. It is very important question. So CU get instructions from the memory. All instructions will be there in the memory. So CU will get those instructions. Then CU decides what instruction means. First of all, it will find out the meaning of the instructions. And then it will direct that whatever data is required, means necessary data. Necessary data related to the instruction which is being executed will be moved from memory to the ALU. Then after that, ALU, you know very well, it will perform the calculations. That means it can be arithmetic calculations or logical calculations. Then after that, whatever answer we get from the ALU, it will be stored in the memory or it can be stored in registers. We discussed about register. Whatever we get the result from the ALU, the result will be stored in registers. Then after that, these are all 4 processes carried out at the time of execution of every instruction. First 2 steps are actually making instruction time. Okay, these 2 actually carries out instruction time, and this means these 2 steps, last 2 steps will make up execution time. Okay, both are executing the instruction. So here the combination of these 2, that means instruction time and execution time, is actually known as a machine cycle. That means the process required to execute one instruction. After this, again next machine cycle will be carried out for another instructions. Students, I hope you understood this. Only this much for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.